way we translate a swap, just as a side note, is in this way. You can sell, buy, or trade. So for those that are familiar with the Raven trader, it's exactly the same. Sell means that you want to sell an asset. You can sell administrator asset right now, be aware of that. You choose the quantity, you choose the price, and you generate an ad that will say, okay, I want to sell that. Buy is the opposite. You want to buy an asset and you fix the price. Actually, a special funny thing on this, and I did mention that on Twitter this today. It's really a nice feature. Not sure it was intended or not by Raven Core itself, but you can actually create an order of buying or trade for an asset which does not exist. Which is interesting because that means that practically you can order for the mint of an asset. So if here an asset, and we did the test with someone. So for example, I take an asset that doesn't exist and create the swap. Whoever create this asset and so become owner will be able to do this transaction. But the tool doesn't refuse you by definition to do this kind of transaction, even if the asset doesn't exist, which is really interesting because I guess it will open some fancy possibility in the future. And the last feature obviously is the trade. So in this case, it's asset to asset. And again, it can be an asset that doesn't exist, I guess. We did not try it, but I assume that transaction is enabled in the same way. So since the basic atomic swap will just give you an ID here, and we don't want that, we created a more user-friendly, if I can call it in this way, but yeah, a more user-friendly interface to be able to generate your ad. So you have exactly the same choice. I want to sell, buy, or trade. It will just change the panel here. Let's do a sell, and let's see if I do have my asset here, demo asset. So let's sell it right now. So I go back in my tool, a title. So that's the title that you want to make visible for everybody. So simple stuff, nothing crazy. Selling my demo NFT for I don't even need to put the price. We will see later on. It works. Website. So here, website, gallery, IPFS. The reason being for that is again, we assume that you wanna be maybe, how to say, autonomous, or you as an artist may have already a website, a gallery, a WordPress, or whatever, an IPFS website in my case. And so together with the ad, not only you will publish some information, but you could also provide the link to your website as an artist. So people, or the certificate of authenticity, or any link that you want to provide here, so people can see it and consult more information, because that will be important. We will see that there is not so much way to verify that the asset is actually a real one, it's not a duplicate. So you will have to do your own research. And so I think that for any artist that want to be trusted on this kind of market, it's really important to have a home page where they can show their work, and maybe have a communication channel that allow people to not only trade through this app, but maybe have more human and social communication. Anyway, it's another topic. Selling my demo NFT, so description the same. And here, so we currently have only Atomic Swap available, but I'm already anticipating that, and I want absolutely to see that in my tool, in our tool, because that's the key as well to sell. I consider that Ravencoin is not money. It's a good blockchain for asset management, and any debate apart, I would really appreciate, or I would love that we stick on this and does not speculate too much on this coin, to avoid that then creating an asset become the same mess that we have currently on other blockchains that I will not give names. But in any case, what we want to allow people as well is to be paid in money, since Ravencoin is asset and can be token. Why not allow payment in Bitcoin? Because why not? You are selling art, your art can be sold into money. So in the future we will surely introduce P2SH feature, which will allow you to, and as soon this will be ready as well on the Raven core tool itself, which will allow you to not only sell this NFT for another Raven or another asset, but for some Bitcoin. That will be pretty net. So let's try to sell our asset. I should find it in the list, my demo asset. Quantity 1, of course, because that's a unique asset. I can try to cheat, but it will not work. And I just give a price. Let's put 5,000. Not too much, I know that. Order 1. So this is a brand new stuff that actually works and works really fine. It's not relevant for a unique asset, but it's relevant for any other asset that got a big supply. For example, if in my case I would like to create my marketplace and I want to distribute this marketplace, what a better solution than to sell it on the marketplace itself? And so guess what, I will not create 100 ads on the market and spend 100 hours to do so. So the idea is that you can just say I sell one peer-to-peer marketplace for 0.1 Raven, and I want to generate 100 order of that. So, and we will see, we have actually a real demo of this case. So in this case, I just generate one ad, and 100 people will be able to conclude the deal, because of course I'm not using a unique NFT. If I'm using an NFT, a unique asset, this is not possible. I want to precise it. Where is my demo asset? Here is. Okay, quantity 1, price we said 500, and let's put just one order. So here is the channel. So that's the famous token that we are using to communicate to the rest of the world that this demo asset will be available for sale. So right now it lists the whole list of assets I have, but of course by default it selects the one that you want. And once this is ready, I mean, you just have to verify the keywords and all that things. You can preview the ad. Oh, just wait, because I don't have my IPFS working and I would like to have it. Oh, let's see if it works. Preview. So it will request the last confirmation, of course, because here the atomic swap transaction that you are about to create will sign it. So if your wallet is encrypted or protected with a password, in any case, you will have to input it. And if not, hopefully this is working. I guess I got still my issue on my IPFS, but let's see. And it will generate the ad, prepare the file, and two possibility here, rather the plugin upload directly the IPFS file and you are ready to go. And second option, it doesn't, and will just say, okay, I was not able to generate this file and push it on the IPFS, so please use your manual provider to do so. And you will just have to push your IPFS, the file that has been generated by this tool, directly into your IPFS provider, and you will get the hash. Once the hash has been generated, rather it directly inputted in there, so we are waiting for my server. Okay, so here we are in the second case, no IPFS plugin, it's not working, file has been saved, and so I got this file here that I can manually upload to publish my ad. Once this is done, I can just put the hash of this file here and generate the ad. So let's try actually to fix that, because there is no reason for the IPFS not to work, especially because we have two getaway. So let's try the second one, 70.81.223.229. Apply. So where is my file? It will be in Raven demo, user data, and it should be the last peer-to-peer market file generated. Let's try to see if this works. Hopefully. If not, I will upload manually just for the sake of having the file. And yeah, that's the demo effect. But honestly, I would prefer that. I prefer it that the IPFS doesn't work and the market works, rather than the opposite. Okay, so I think that there is no way I can upload this file correctly. So I'm doing it right now on my screen in manual. I wish I could have a fully working demo, but hey, it cannot work every time. Okay, so I did upload the file on the IPFS provider on which I'm relying on whenever my is not working. And just put the hash, generate the ad, and last confirmation, boom, your asset is on the marketplace. So it's not really yet, it's a error, but I don't know why. It should be really on the marketplace. We will verify this. That's just GUI. So it's not instantly available. The reason for that, it's because, yeah, here we are. So we just sent to ourselves this token that was containing the message of this ad. And I think we need at least one confirmation. So here we have 1 on 6 to get it available right on the asset peer-to-peer market. So now let's go into the listing. Sorry, I'm taking my time to show everything, but since we are recording, I think that then we can edit and all right. So that's the peer-to-peer marketplace listing. That's not really the final marketplace shape. Neither. The idea was just to have a quick listing to be able to do our demo, but to have as well and to provide for user a powerful search instrument, because the channel will be quite big, and possibly you will have to filter a lot of stuff, because everybody can sell whatever they want with the quantity they want. Spamming will be possible. So I mean, we are doing a peer-to-peer fully uncensored system. So in this regard, that means that everybody can do whatever they want, and we need to protect the user on this matter. So one of the two things that we created as first thing is to create a blacklist. That was mandatory. So whenever you meet someone that is not trustable, because when you publish an ad, the address from who is coming is visible, and this cannot be changed. This cannot be tricked. And so if you meet someone that is not trustable, you can put it in the blacklist. In the same way, if you meet someone that you think that someone good, or after a few deals that you trust, you can consider it as the trusted peers. So you give him an alias. In this case, that's my try tester. And next time, so it's not yet fully implemented, but instead of the address, you will get his name. So when filtering and when doing those kind of things, you will be able to get back quickly on your trust buyers and so. So this is really the search area where you can get the whole listing of ads. These are actually real ads that we committed on the market for all the tests, and these are all valid ads, which means that you just only see what you can buy, but I could disable all the filters and see the hundreds of swaps that we created that all works. And yeah, it's really it's fabulous. So we have this list that give you the quick resume of the ad that you created, not the description and not the keyword, just the title, the asset, the price. But I can then verify, and it's not yet implemented, ad detail. I will be able to see, consult the website, all those kind of things that you put it in the ad will be available in this area. For now, the only thing that you can do is to see what order are available, and to verify that this order is still feasible. So in our case, as I said before, you have some kind of example like this one where I'm selling to many people. So I'm trying to sell to many people this token, and so there is multiple order, and in which some of them already has been fulfilled. So that's why we see 99/100. It's because one of those has been already fulfilled and completed. So I cannot do it again, and it has been removed from the list. So it's not like you will have an invalid list to navigate through. And then you can pick up, of course, the one you want. They are all the same. It's not like they are different. It's just a different atomic swap. So this is the key things that we are just trying to communicate through the network. But these key things you saw has been let's say surrounded by software interfaces and mechanism to share it, because otherwise it will be not so user friendly to copy paste those trade. And you know what I mean. You were using Raven Trader, so the key was really to be able to communicate those swaps. And the way it worked may actually possible to any website to list those token available for sale. Of course, the only challenge for website is that website is a server. So if you want people to buy, then they need to open their wallet and pay. Or you need to provide them a third-party wallet. It's possible as well. In any case, here we have some examples. So I will not buy my stuff because CCI it's my stuff, but I think, yeah, Cry did prepare a valid or let's say a transaction for me. So he's selling a Raven 4 NFT for 500 Raven. So I will not do all the verification because I trust in him, but you need to take your time before buying, because when you push this button, there is no way back. This will just do the transaction and it's instant. He will receive the 500 Raven, I will receive the NFT, and it's done. So do the verification whenever you will buy on the market, and in the future this is just a testnet, but of course in the future please make sure that you are looking and verifying who is selling to you and what asset you are buying. Assuming that has been done, let's just complete the order. Yeah, last verification, just to make sure if you have to pay and if you have a password, you will be requested to put it Otherwise, you get still, it's called error, but we have a result and the error is known. So that's just the last step of polishing the stuff, right? We were speaking about that, and we will see that there is actually maybe a funny way to see. So here I'm trying to copy paste this message because, yeah, so I did copy the transaction here to show another feature, but let's go quickly and verify that I did pay it. So yeah, I sent the Raven plus the fee, and I get immediately in return the Raven NFT asset. There were no way to cheat. There were no way to interrupt the transaction in between. And there is no way right now, if I try to buy it again, to do so. The transaction has been executed. It's done. It's complete. So that's why it's secure, and the really the good thing on that is that on my side, from a wxRaven point of view, I do not have to secure anything. It's everything on chain. So I don't have to invent phantasmatic smart contract or whatever clever things to manage that. No, it's already the Ravencoin and the Raven core network that provide those features. So from our perspective as developer, and anybody that is developing wallets or exchange should really consider that, because it's easy to implement and there is nothing to do in terms of security. The security is already on chain, so that's just a perfect way to pay. I don't know why we are still not doing it. Anyway, we bought our NFT, so I assume that if I refresh, I will not see it anymore. Here it's still visible because it doesn't refresh the list immediately. But one thing I want to see is that I may have, so it's still ugly, sorry for this, but let's show it anyway. I used it for my development, and I will enhance it in the future. So what I did is that when I received the message of the confirmation of what I bought, I did copy the transaction ID that was this transaction here. So in wxRaven, I can also identify this transaction and see what happened actually. So we see 5 confirmation, we see the fee. This is the technical stuff that we do not want to see. The VIN vote, that's cool, but more likely we want to see what happened with our Ravens, where they did go, and more important, did we receive the asset? And yeah, it has been sent from here and we received the asset there. Everything works, it's perfect, we can close that. So that was just a transaction viewer, but it's actually pretty useful to verify those transactions. Let's put a refresh here just to make sure that Raven for NFT does not appear anymore, and that it's not visible. And let's see if actually we can see my NFT that I was trying to sell just before. Not sure it has been yeah, I don't remember which one. Demo asset, yeah. I'm lost in the whole list, sorry. Demo asset. So here we see our own order that we just published 5 minutes ago. I could completely, and so I could theoretically pay myself. So I will pay fee just for having my asset. But that's a possibility. I mean, there is no restriction for who can pay here. So you can complete your own order. You can also close them or cancel them. These are features that we will introduce really soon. One last thing, and I think I'm already over time, so I will do it quick, maybe, so we can have some discussion. One thing we introduced quickly as well in the last version here, which is really useful, especially if you are about to trade a lot of stuff, is to be able to show what are your outputs and what do they contain, and more important if they contain locked stuff, because in my case, for example, let's put the assets, not the ravens. I have a lot of assets, that's fine. As I mentioned, for creating the 100 order that I wanted to do, I had to split all my assets in small package, and most important, I had to lock them to make sure that I do not spend them, because right now if I unlock it and spend it, the transaction that I created, which belong to these 5 here, will disappear and become invalid. That's not a big deal because we still have 98, but it's better to know and to be able to manage which assets are locked and which not. So we have this cool feature here, and we can just filter and see for sale. Okay, so for sale, here is my for sale which is locked demo, so that's the one that I'm selling actually. And if I want, I can unlock, or I can just view the transaction information to make sure that it's still available.